hello, people of the internet. What's going on? It's me, it's your boy, PewDiePie, Ninja, Will Smith. No, it's not, it's Mark. It's Mark. Hello. Hey, what's up, Lucas? Why did I say Lucas? Lucas, Paul, Firestone, the Firefighter, Yaslo Design, Maxi2, how's it going? Hello there, Alex DiCarlo, some actor kid, Devin Martin, thank you very much. Sup fam, sup bros and gals and everything else in between. Today I'm playing some Enter the Dungeon. No, Enter the Gungeon. It's a pun on Gungeon. Dungeon. What is going on? Right. I'm not very good at this game. But well, I can be, and I can't. Whoops! I'm already dead. I'm already Tracer. It's dead. It's gone. So we're gonna play as this guy because I know him. He's my pal. He's the Marine dude. And we're gonna go straight into the Gungeon. We're gonna go down and we're gonna kill some birds and stuff. So if you don't know Enter the Gungeon, it's a roguelike where bullets, everything's guns, right? So the enemies are bullets, you shoot a lot of stuff, you got this big ass dodge roll, Jesus, okay, you should have paid attention to that. Your currency is bullets, you can fire blanks. I've already lost my helmet. This is a strange room, isn't it? Some like secret rooms sometimes, I don't know. It's all about dodging, shooting and dodging. So we start with kind of poopy guns. Like this is just kind of a poopy gun. But we're going to find some sweet weapons as we go. Now the problem I'm struggling with is my microphone is right in the middle of the screen. Put that down there a bit. So we've got this map up in the top left corner, no, top right corner. Oh, you can't see that, it's on my face. It's kind of helpful. Good job you don't actually see it. Playing it. Oh, now there's this thing you can save for later. I'm not quite sure what that does. I think it puts it in the levels. You can flip tables to provide cover. Woof! And it's got a very cool dodge roll. The developer of the game is called Dodge Roll because they know about the thrill of a good dodge roll. Because you can like roll through bullets and stuff. Because that's what you like. Whoa! No, screw it up. This is the practice run, everybody. This is not the real run, because I've already run it. I'm just messing about. This is like going to be a hard thing to look at the chat for. I guess I can look at the chat when I'm in a safe room like this. Oh, lower the volume. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Is it really that loud? Okay, how about that? Is that better? Hold on, I gotta wait until like the chat catches up. Is this better? I'll put my volume of my voice up about. It's better. Okay. Hold on, I'm waiting. Let me just play what I think. There you go. Okay, cool. I might put my voice up a bit too much now. Let me put that down a bit. Okay, right. Scheiße. I'm very sorry. That's why I need to look at the chat. Can I hold the button down? Sort of. Oh yeah, it's got reload. Right, anyway. The game can be a tad louder now, you're saying. Okay. I've got little dials to play with. I'll probably put it up too much now. Let me put it down a bit. Mine is 21 decibels. How about that? So this is a boss. Oh, but we've also got... how do I use this? What button uses this? What? 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 That's not right. How do I... What? How do I... What? How do I... Have I... What? Oh, I think I used my power banks and... Oh, L. There we go. So now I can teleport around. I sillies. Am I using a controller or am I using a mouse? I'm using a controller. I pretty much exclusively play... Oh, that's why people were asking, because I was saying what button. I almost exclusively play games with controllers. You know, it's funny, when I was a kid, I played a lot of keyboard and mouse games, a lot of PC stuff, and it would have been... What's this? There's a lot of like secrets and stuff in this game, I don't really know. There was a, it would have been blasphemous for me to suggest playing a first-person shooter with anything else than a WASD. But in my later years, I just kind of want to. There we go. That's a better. I just want to take things easy and just sort of sit down and play, and not have to be like sat hunched over with a keyboard and mouse. I played Thief over Christmas, and it was quite nice to go back to the keyboard and mouse for a bit. But it was still, it is a very different mode of playing a game, and it's not, you know, it definitely has its advantages. In a lot of ways, and obviously it is much better for aiming than an analog stick. You know, one of the things I find funny is that the controller, the modern game controller, has kind of evolved specifically for shooters, right? You know, I don't know if you saw a video I made about controllers, but it's like the analog sticks were kind of, the first analog stick was obviously for like 3D movement in like Mario, but then the second analog stick, they didn't really know what to do with it for a while, but then games like Alien Resurrection and Medal of Honor Underground were like, hey, how about we have that as the camera? And suddenly, first-person shooters was that. And third-person shooters, what is this, is that an item? I don't know what that is. It's not a gun. Became viable, and so we got this like whole control system that's made for shooters, but it doesn't really work that well because it's such a weird, strange way of like aiming at a thing to like move this stick around and stuff. It doesn't really work that great. Like all first and third person games have to have like massive amounts of aim assist and loads of other stuff to help you. So you kind of got like a controller made for a genre that doesn't actually work on that controller. I rolled the wrong way. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. Oh my goodness. So this game is also a little bit bullet helly, which is kind of cool. I wish I had a better gun. Oh god. Okay. Gotta get through the curtains. Okay, there we go. Right. Please cut me some slack for a second. This is because I'm oh god. Hold on, I'm not normally this bad. I don't know what my excuse is. My dog ate my homework. No, oh Jesus. Okay. I think I'm just a bit rusty. I swear to you, I'm not this turdy. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, right. That was the practice. That was the practice. Everyone, that was the practice. No one laugh at me. It was a practice. Let's do a quick restart. So obviously I made a video. It was about roguelikes. You know, the video was very much like, this is my opinion on roguelikes. What's your opinion? Plenty of people do not agree with my opinion, and that's fine. I kind of saw that coming. I know Rogue Legacy is very, and that sort of game, Dead Cells, very popular. Just never really been for me, and so I wanted to kind of talk about that. I mean, maybe there was ways to have done it without being so mean to Rogue Legacy, but that's okay. The game's old. But I do think it's just an interesting discussion point to have. I think maybe one thing people are kind of getting a bit hung up on is kind of this idea of like roguelikes versus roguelites and the definitions, all this sort of stuff. And to me, it's not really the point. It's more, it doesn't matter, like, you know, people are saying, okay, we'll take Rogue Legacy, we just won't call it a roguelike, we'll call it something else. It's like, it's not really about what it's called. It's like, I just don't think rogues, I don't think that system of having like permadeath but also persistence actually works for me, because I just think I think it is quite grindy. It's just kind of whether or not you like grind at the end of the day, and some people do. Some people really like that kind of slow accumulation of power, of kind of always getting stronger, and kind of generally feeling like you're just sort of slowly becoming more and more of a badass. And some people like clickers, so there we go. But it's definitely something I'll be exploring more, is this idea of like grinding, of skill and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, okay. People, every time I do a stream, people go, "Oh my god, it's a face reveal." It's like, I've been streaming for maybe a year, or maybe a little bit less, but I've been putting my face out there a lot. It shouldn't be a surprise at all. But that's okay. If this is your first stream, welcome, hello, thank you for joining me. These streams are kind of, they're not really like Game Maker's Toolkit stuff. It's mostly just me having a good old. Let's have some. Oh my god, it's a face reveal. Just having some downtime. So. Oh god, like X Games. Oh, so this is a shop. Okay, cool. So we've got the shop. We're still alive. Don't know what that is. Cigarettes. I can't really afford much, but I guess I'll take a key. That could be useful. Right, off we go. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. That roll animation is very similar. You see, like, oh my goodness. Polygon just did a video about like how the dodge roll in God of War is like the perfect dodge roll or something. Kind of bizarre. I mean, it's a good dodge roll, but it's somewhat, you know, it's not as good as like Dark Souls and kind of the. Hold on, if I shoot those braziers. No, maybe not. Is there something I can shoot to make those explode? And obviously the sort of dodge to slow down time is straight out of Bayonetta and Metal Horizons. But anyway, it was good videos nonetheless. Polygon's been doing some good stuff lately. I'd recommend subscribing to them. They used to put out loads and loads of shite and it wasn't worth subscribing. Oh, hello. Aha, we have a better gun. So now with this we have an 800 bullets chain gun, which we will save for this boss, which we're about to kill. So last time we went to the boss, it went very poorly. This time, I got a better gun. It's the... Oh. I've never fought this boss, I don't think. Trigger Twins? Oh, maybe I have, but not very frequently. This is making light work of this boss. So it's funny, you know, I really like Spelunky, as obviously you saw from my videos. And I played a lot of that roguelike, but I never played much of this until sort of more recently. My brother really got into it, which is really strange. I think it's because it came out on the Switch. I'm always telling him to, you know, play Spelunky. And wow, this is making very light work of this boss. Wow, okay. Well, that was a lot easier than the first one I did. But yeah, he played this one and he got into it. But he still won't play Spelunky because it's not on Switch. Come on, Derek. So what's that? Save that for later. That is first chain. What is that? I don't know what that is. I've got like 3 guns now. Okay. My temptation. I kind of always play these games a little bit like. Sorry, let's look at this. I always play these games a little bit like Mega Man. And I kind of play Mega Man wrong, to be honest, which is that I just use the normal buster all the time until I get to the bosses, and then I use my powerful guns. But this is... Maybe I will break out that habit. I just feel like infinite bullets I should use for the little enemies. A small number of bullets used for... Because like I used half of the bullets on that thing. Or almost half. But... You know, it's just one of those things. I want a heart. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I can see that now. That's very good. That guy's got like bouncy bullets. No, I'm kind of going to use... Oh my. Okay, that one you have to get very close to enemies. What's that guy's deal? Okay. What is that? Guns partially refilled. Oh, sweet. I've refilled all my bullets. Nice. Who's that? Oh, he's dead. Okay. Off we go. Maybe I'll just use this. Oh, Jesus. I need to quickly get behind this cover. Oh, I broke the cover. It's very widespread, this gun. Oh, that was close. Okay, more hearts. Save that for later. Okay, here we go. This game is insanely hard. Yes. Okay, hold on. Evab Novalix says, Mark, did you ever play Rain World? I asked like 100 times. I have played a little bit of Rain World. I think it's a very interesting game. It's, oh my, whoops. Very, very obtuse, that game. Like, really hard to just understand what is even happening. And which is fun and interesting, but it gets to the point where I'm like, I kind of just want to know something. And it felt like there was too much time of just not knowing anything, but to the point where I just kind of had to give up. Oh my god, that looks hard. Hold on, I need to quickly pop onto here. Oh no, I did the exact lot worse thing. Oh man, okay, I'm not... Oh, the shop... I've got... No, forget it. Otherwise I'm just going to keep hurting my brain all over and over again. And so yeah, with Rain World I kind of felt like I'd have to look it up on a wiki to even understand what was going on, and I didn't want to do that. Oh, I see, so if the bullets have a trail they're going to bounce, and if not, they're not. That's kind of a cool visual thing. And so with these you can kind of like boot them. And then it will... Nope! Oh, I thought it was going to come back. So what's the deal with this door? Oh, you have to come at it from the bottom. And so maybe the shop would bring me round there. I just don't really trust me. Sorry, what? I mean, there's lots of questions, but I need to just concentrate for a second. Can you put your face cam in the top right? It is in the top right. What do you mean? Unless... Top left. Yeah, it is right. Sorry. Now I'm like, you're making me... What's that guy's got like a squid on his head? So I just kind of want to know what that guy is talking about. Are you going to stream Darkest Dungeon at some point? Probably not. I quite like that game. Oh, go away. But I'm not very good at it, to be honest. Some bullets back. Okay, cool. Have you ever made a video about VR gaming? Not yet. VR is definitely a topic I'd like to hear. I really like VR games. But it's... Oh god, it's kind of a tricky one because VR stuff is so different from other games that it would almost be like... I've said this before, making a video about VR games is almost like making a video about game design, you know, it'd be such a huge topic. I'd have to find some kind of way to break it down a bit. But also, like, I'm kind of aware that not many people are that into VR. It's quite a small niche market, there's not a lot of people making games for it anymore. I'm not sure how well that video would do. I mean, I know that like Bunny Hop has made loads of VR stuff, and a lot of people are kind of like, dude, we're sick of hearing about VR. We know you like it, but... snipers. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely something I'd like to do. I'm not sure yet. Not sure. I do really like VR, but the main thing I don't like about it is just the hassle of setting it up. Like, I had, and like, just the amount of stuff, oh, Jesus Christ, you have to have. I had PSVR set up in my office while I was playing Astrobot, and I was just like, part of me wanted to finish the game just because it was really good, but also part of me wanted to finish the game just so I could get all the VR crap out of here, back in the box. Oh, bugger. I like walked right into that. Okay. So another thing is I can call in a supply drop and get some bullets back. Ooh, God. That's kind of my guy's secret power. Okay. Ooh. What's that? You've been had. Infuriating note. What the hell? I've taken your stuff, but you keep pushing through. I'll have to try harder, so rats off to you. Interesting. Mark, how was your holiday? Good, thanks. My Christmas holiday, I assume you mean. Yeah, good. Never know what this room's all about. Very relaxing. Played a bunch of stuff. I played through MGS, Metal Gear Solid, and Thief. Kind of like, it was sort of for that video. Well, you know, I kind of just played them on a whim. but then ended up making a video about them. Also played some Castlevania games, which are also for future videos. I mean, it's sort of like, you know, it makes it sound like I'm constantly working, but it's just for fun as well. You never talked about walking simulators. There are a lot of interesting games in this category. Yeah, I mean, walking simulator seems to have kind of died. Who's this guy? Ammo Conda, that's funny. Walking simulators don't really seem to exist as much these days, do they? It was like a big thing for a while. But it kind of died out. I like walking simulators. Edith Finch. I talked a bit about Edith Finch in a video once, in the level design video. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of bullets. What does that green thing on his head mean? Oh god, okay. I keep forgetting to do that thing. Fire the blanks. Oh no, I've run out of bullets. Okay, I'm going to have to try and get into my proton pack. Oh god. I'm quickly losing health. Oh my god. Oh, bloody hell, that was a bit manic, that was. I didn't do very well there, did I? Design straight out of Link to the Past. A wizard is boosting him. I know that's true, but that just sounds funny. Right, I got some heart stuff back. What's that? A hegemony carbine. Kind of want to fire it to see what it's like. Oh, my cannon. So I think if I do this, no, that. How do I use the supply drop? Oh, that button. So then I change to this, and then I get all the bullets back. Sweet. Because I like this gun. I mean, it's a little bit cheaty. So then this guy can give me some of those hearts that I lost previously. And what does that guy do? Oh, save and quit. Okay, cool. Right. I'm learning about this game. What was the questions? Okay, hold on. Let me just see if there's any interesting questions for me to read. Answer. Does Greece count as a walking simulator? I haven't played much of Greece, but no, I think it's, well, it's kind of a platformer. I don't know. You know, it's funny, I've seen a lot of reviews of that game that are like, this game looks beautiful, it's really nice, it's just a shame it's a bit of a average platformer or average Metroidvania and stuff. Whoops! I didn't mean to come down here. What did I do? That's funny. Okay, weird. Someone put a comment saying, a chat thing, saying you should do a video about a video version of your Patreon post about Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm like, dude, do you want me to die, basically? From death threats from Red Dead fans. Though, Nakey Jakey did a video that is very similar to my Patreon post. Not saying he ripped me off or anything, just that we have a very similar viewpoint on like open world mission design and stuff. And he didn't actually get destroyed, even though he said Red Dead Redemption's kind of poo. So that's cool. Another question in the chat was, have I finished Brave New World yet? No, not yet. I mean, I only started it last week, and I'm a very slow reader. But I've read quite a bit. It's good. It's weird. I kind of realise now why there's never been like a movie version of Brave New World. You could not make a movie about that. It's so weird and full of sex and all sorts of strange stuff. And there's a lot of questionable race stuff, I guess. But yeah, interested to read more. Oh my goodness. Who's? Oh, that guy. Hold on, I need to kill that guy. I need to jump over here. Oh, yeah. Am I? Ow! Where'd that come from? Where'd that even come from? Was it one of those guys? I feel like I'm kind of cheating with this minigun. It's a bit like getting the jetpack in Spawn. Oh my god, it's Cthulhu. What are you doing there, Cthulhu? That guy needs to die. Now. Oh right, okay. I mean, obviously I'm not really cheating with this minigun because it's got limited ammo. Film Fanatic says GNTK is Captain Obvious Circle Jerk. Well, that's not very nice, is it? I mean, obviously some videos are going to be... you know, I've been thinking about this. I get sometimes comments, people being like, I already knew everything that's in this video. Which is, I'm sure is true. If I knew it, then obviously there's other people who knew it. But not everybody can know everything. So what might be obvious to you is not obvious to other people. And if there are comments from people saying, this is cool, I never thought about it in this way, this is useful, then obviously it's not obvious. Because it's not obvious to everybody. So for example, if you already were very much aware about the birth of the stealth genre, then that video I did recently was probably not that revelatory. But if you didn't, then it might be of use. So that's kind of my thoughts. GMTK is always changing and doing different things. If you don't like some of the videos, hopefully you will like some future ones. I have gone around in a big circle. Let's go back over here. Teleport. Have you played Crypt the Necrodancer? Oh, you're right. Someone just said I'm going to be out of ammo soon. Thank you. I have played a bit of Crypt the Necrodancer. I am really, really bad with rhythm. And so I find that game incredibly hard to play. I have zero sense of rhythm. And therefore, I'm not very good at it. Which is a shame because it's really cool. It's one of the most creative... I saw that coming in slow motion. One of the most creative roguelikes, or just creative games, to be honest, around. It's just not quite for me because of my own personal stupidity. That's like one of those things where I wouldn't say that game is... Even though I don't... Well, it's not like I don't like it, I'm just bad at it. Oh, bugger. I did try to dodge. I need to kill these grenades. Shoot that. I know I'm kind of like hitting the button, I need to just hold it down, but something about this is making me want to keep hitting it. Right. What is that? Faster bullets. Oh wow, okay, cool. Sweet. Oh, thank you very much. E.E. Newton has given me a super chat. Make sure there's no other super chats like this one. Oh, I did. Devin Martin did a super chat ages ago. He said, "Great work. Plans for videos like Leviathan Axe." Yeah, I'm always going to be doing videos about very specific things in games. It kind of depends what comes out this year, I suppose. I like doing videos when a new game comes out, like going very deep on that game and being like using it almost as an example, a way of kind of summing up other videos. So the video on Leviathan Axe talks a lot about the stuff I did on... wait, what's that? Oh, it just goes back to where I was. Talks about a lot of the stuff I did about like versatile verbs and how Nintendo focuses the whole game around one idea and stuff like that. So it depends on what comes out this year, to be honest. But yeah, I'm always interested to do more things like that. And then E.E. Newton's super chat comment. Super chat, if you don't know, is a comment that you pay for, and I have to read them out. Asks, do I do my own animations? And the answer is yes. Everything in GMTK at the moment is me. The only stuff that has ever been on the channel that hasn't been my own stuff has been the 3D dungeon stuff in Bosky. Some of that stuff I got some help on it from my dad, actually, who's a bit of a 3D whiz. So he helped me out with some stuff. I sort of gave him ideas and did some texture work and stuff, but he's the modeler. Use the map to warp the teleport points. I know that. Honeycomb. I've got loads of money actually. So there's this ammo. So maybe I should buy some ammo for my cannon. Cool. I could do with a heart. Yeah. All right. Cool. I've got a key. I've got a lot of bullets actually. And what's this? Oh, you can kind of like put multiple guns in that, and it'll bring something new. David Ladia says, I love your videos, but they often feel like a 101 course on the subject. Do you ever plan to make more advanced studies videos, like a masterclass equivalent? I mean, it's a tricky one. I'm not a game designer, so I'm never going to be able to do, a masterclass. The masterclass videos we see those adverts for on YouTube are people like Martin Scorsese and David Fincher and stuff, who obviously have made... Jesus Christ, hold on. I'm getting killed a lot. Has obviously made stuff, and so they can talk about their experiences. I'm not going to be able to do that. All I can talk about is the games I've played. I feel like some of my videos are more detailed. The one on puzzle game design is something I'm really proud of. Jesus, hold on. There's a lot happening. The boss keys is obviously quite a specialised and in-depth thing. There's nothing like boss keys on the internet. I think it just depends on the topic at hand. But the thing is that what I've learned is a lot of people don't know the basics. Can I kill this thing? Maybe I've just got to kill everything else. Don't know the basics, and so just getting what you might call a 101 is actually exactly what they need. Hey! So for example, the series I'm going to be doing soon is called The Basics of Balance, and it really is going to be a bit of a basics. Okay, Jesus. Because a lot of people don't know the basics. Anyway, have you ever played Persona 5? A little bit. I played it too soon after Persona 4, and they're very similar in a lot of ways, and so it felt like I'd kind of done it already. Mark, I love boss keys. Would you ever do any form of Zelda streaming? I haven't got any plans to do any Zelda streaming, but I have got a setup now where I can stream. I feel like I'm shouting really loudly. I can stream games while I record them, right? Which I couldn't do before, so it's kind of like I had to choose, right? Am I going to stream this game or am I going to record it? But now I can do both. So what I kind of am planning on doing is streaming, say, Metroid Prime, and also kind of recording it as part of my sort of boss keys research. You can kind of be involved with that. What does that even mean? Is that a gun? I don't know. I kind of should use some of these other buttons, these other guns, I suppose. Let's try this flame hand on this boss. Is that risky? Maybe I'll use it on a normal enemy first. You're not screaming, thank you. I just feel like I'm shouting. Harvey Smith was once called Harvey Smith once called Tom Francis the Scorsese of games. I can kind of see that. Yeah, so if you're looking for a masterclass, I'm afraid you're going to have to... What does this gun do? A good job I didn't use this. I can't even seem to use it. No, what the hell? I can't even use it. Let me just check the thing. Set enemies aflames. Upon casting, the wielder's hand bursts into flames. I just can't seem to use it. It doesn't do anything. Am I being stupid? Don't know. Oh, I am being stupid. I'm pressing the wrong button. I don't know what's happened to my brain. Right, hold on. There we go. That's quite a powerful thing. That's quite powerful. Oh, a big key. Alright. I don't know what's happening there. I was pressing the wrong bloody button. My brain's gone to mush. So next week I'm going to, not next week, tomorrow, I'm going to Vancouver, which is very exciting. I'm going to go see a, I can't say I'm under NDA, but a big game developer. There probably aren't that many in Vancouver, so you might be able to work it out. To talk to their devs about what I've learned about game design and stuff. So that's super fun. I'm going to sort of stay in Vancouver for a couple of days beforehand and just explore the city, and then go to the studio and talk to them. So I'm doing that. When is Cuphead coming out? Cuphead is already out. What are you talking about? What roguelikes would you recommend? I really like this. Enter the Gungeon is really good. I really like Spelunky. That Hades that's just come out is pretty good. Right, let's go kill the boss. Have I ever been to Vancouver before? No, I have not. I've never been to Canada at all. I've been to the US, but not Canada. Mark, would you consider an episode or through an MMO RPG design? No, MMOs are just not my thing. Oh god, what's this guy doing? He looks scary. 9 flare. Right, we're just going to burn him. Burn his bum. Oh god, hold on. He's throwing mines out. His health doesn't seem to be going down too much. Maybe I'll change to this one. It's pretty good. Oh god. Oh god. Reload. Wing. Ah, Jesus. Ah. Oh. His health doesn't seem to be going down very much. Oh, that does. Does he, like, heal himself maybe? Oh. Is he healing himself? I'm not sure. Just feels like I'm not... Looks like I take off a lot of damage when I shoot. Oh god, when those guys explode. They, Oh my god, I'm nearly dead. I'm nearly dead. I'm gonna have to just use a lot of these things to get through this. I might not even get through this. Right, let's bring out the big gun. Jesus. 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 Come on, dude. We can do it. We can do it if we B&Q it. No, don't do those. I can't do those. Might better just wait for these. Oof. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Empty. Bad gun, bad gun, bad. No, I was so close. I ran out of bullets. Oh. Poo. That's annoying. Did really well. Right. Okay, let's have a look. Read some things. Vancouver is not representative of Canada. It's like the California of Canada. Okay. Are you playing with a controller? Yes. What did you play as a kid? I played a lot of point-and-click adventures as a child. I loved Monkey Island and Day of the Tentacle and stuff. I played a lot of first-person shooters when I probably shouldn't have. You played a lot of Duke Nukem, Doom and Quake and Half-Life 1, Blood, No One Lives Forever. Loved all that stuff. A lot of Mario and Zelda. Those are kind of the main things. Point-and-clicks, FPS and Nintendo games. Oh, we got ourselves a super chat. Christian Country Boy, I Love Jesus Christ, says, please make a video about inclusive game design for persons with mental disabilities. God bless, thank you. I am doing that. I wrote the script today, so that's will come out. It's kind of a difficult one to do because, you know, cognitive disability is such a huge topic. But there's going to be some stuff in there. It's a video about epilepsy and dyslexia, simulation sickness, and executive function, which is sort of cognitive and sort of learning difficulties and stuff. There's a lot going on in there. But that should be out hopefully by the end of the month or early next month. If you want to play Gungeon with a controller, I would suggest adjusting the aim assist. Well, I am playing with a controller because it's a twin stick shooter. There's my mouse cursor. I've got a bit more time, so let's have a look. Options, controls, allow, no, controller cursor, no, gameplay, enable gun quick switch, increase speed out of combat, okay, we'll do that. Make hide empty guns in combat, sounds good. Controller aim lock, we'll put that up, we'll put it up. Controller auto aim, auto detect always. What does that mean? Controller aim assist, we'll put that up. Controller beam aim assist, sure. Cursor, alright, neat. Mini-map display, speedrun mode, beast mode. Beast mode sounds good. Okay, let's go. What do I think of the Outer Worlds? I don't know, a new member? What's a member? I don't know what that means. I think that means you're like a subscriber or something. Like a pay. Thank you. Hi Eric Jacobus. How's it going? Right, okay. So I think this game adds high-level enemies to the earlier areas as you level up, which is quite cool. People were saying that in the comments basically for this vid. Oh, god damn it. Already failing miserably. Let's get behind this. I'm safe behind this small wooden table. There we go. There's nothing here. What a waste of my diamond bullets. Beast mode does nothing, it's amazing. I love it. That sounds like a great idea for a game. Mode. Save that for later, please. What? What? Why can't I save that for later? I don't understand. Okay, I feel like the aim assist might be helping me a bit. Definitely need some better guns. Okay, okay. Bang! Dropped a thing on that guy's head. There we go. Bang, 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 bang. Mr. Bang Bang. Bring me some bang, 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 bang. I'm gonna bang you. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Look at all those bullets coming to me. Bulletos. Oh, so now when you're outside of combat, you're like on roller skates. I love it. You know, one of the funny things, a lot of people ask me about Hollow Knight boss keys. And it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to come for a long time because Hollow Knight boss keys is kind of the end of boss keys. And it will be, you know, we'll get through a bunch of Metroid games, Castlevania games, some other indie roguelike Metroidvanias. So it's going to take a while. I just feel like Hollow Knight is my favourite Metroidvania of all time. And I've got to kind of learn a lot about Metroidvanias until I get to that point. Ooh dear, where did these guys come from? Right, I've got to stop being so bad at this game. I mean, I did pretty well that time. I got all the way to the Cthulhu guy. Coin. You go so fast. What was the question? Sorry. So Jesus Christ says, well, it's not Jesus Christ, I love Jesus Christ says, I was thinking more in terms of mental disabilities affecting things like understanding and strategy, not just motor skill problems. That's what I mean by mental disabilities. Yes, that is what the video is going to be about, cognitive things. I mean, so I'm going to be talking about things like explaining the objectives in a simple way, you know, practice modes and tutorials, assist modes that let you slow down the speed of the game. Stuff like that. It's a tricky one because there's a lot of stuff I could go into about like the psychology of like executive function of like receiving, processing, and then actioning information, all that sort of stuff. But it's, you know, the thing about Designing for Disability as a series is that it's about trying to give developers a really oh, that's cool. Blank damage up. Oh, nice. Very not easy, but like just not overwhelming resource about designing their games for disability stuff, like stuff they can easily add in. Like, you know, if I'm like, hey, make the subtitles a bit bigger in your game, that's something that people can do. They're making the game better. That's cool. But if I'm like, right, you need to completely reinvent how you introduce information to people because some people find it very difficult to understand. You know, it gets too much. If I had one more bullet, I could get a shotgun. But I do kind of need some health and stuff. Okay. This way. Oh, there's a heart down here, isn't there? I forgot about that. Sweet. Right, we're back up to full health, so that's good. Where are you playing? I'm playing on PC, if that's what you mean. Enter the Gungeon. It is a game on PC and other platforms. I don't know what platforms this game is available on, actually. I know it's available on Switch. I assume PS4. Oh, bugger. Okay, so when I get hit, at least I do a lot of damage to enemies. Okay. Ooh. Charmed bow. So what does that do? Charms enemies temporarily. Yeesh, okay. How does that work with bosses, do you think? Where do I even go? hilarious. Eric Jacobs says, have you researched autism in gaming? A little bit. It's one of those things where it's like, it's tricky to just, it's very tricky to provide advice for game designers. I feel like, you know, for a game to work for people with quite severe learning difficulties or things like that would make the game fundamentally different. And it'd be very hard to make an option for it, which doesn't mean it's impossible or not worth doing, but it is a very tricky thing. So one of the main things is like just sensory overload for people with autism, just too much stuff on the screen at once and too many things to deal with, which is also then affects people with epilepsy, simulation sickness and stuff like that. So if I do that, okay, I don't know if it's worth it. So I'm just going to really struggle with this boss because gotta use my crap gun. Okay, I'm just going to focus on this one guy for once. Ow, bugger. Rolled out one, but ow, bugger. I'm so rubbish. Oh, I did it again. I rolled through one bullet and directly into another one. I'm about to do it again, I think. Yeah, no, I am. Jesus Christ. Sorry to that guy. He loves Jesus Christ. Shouldn't use his name in vain. I've like really used a lot of health on this boss. Okay, at least now when there's only one guy, I need to stop tapping the button over and over again like an idiot. That's for one thing. Okay, we might actually be able to do this. Okay. Okay. Right, at least we killed him. But we're very low on health. But there's at least a full heart and armor and a gun. So that's pretty good. We're doing alright, guys. We're doing alright, boys and girls. Here we go. So why did the heart machine turn off? Don't understand that. Don't understand that. What would you... Linus Lundqvist says, what would you consider the worst game for 2018? Let me just pull up Open Critic real quick. Because I'm curious now. So we go for 2018 games. Hold on. Oh, no. Pause. Pause this. I'm just curious now. What is the worst game of 2018? Because obviously, like, I was very disappointed by Red Dead, but it's far from the worst game of 2018. And go to page 7, page 14. Okay, so they're saying that the worst game of 2018 was... Man, there's a lot of bad games came out that year. A Super Seducer. And people obviously didn't like The Quiet Man. Underworld Ascendant got really bad reviews, which is so strange and such a shame. I can't believe they remade Bullet Witch this last year. That game was no good when it first came out. Why would you do that? I didn't play any of these games. Fallout 76 is really low down. Previous. Let's have a look. Man, I'm lucky I didn't play a lot of these games that got terrible reviews. So maybe I'm just not gonna have anything that low down. Blah, blah, blah. I know you can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a different monitor. Don't know. I think I did pretty lucky. I've already played a terrible game this year, though. How about I tell you about that? I played this game called Vane. Came out recently. Made by some Team Eco people, right? You know, last guy. Oh, Jesus, that's a crazy gun. Oh, God, hold on. I'm like trying to figure out what I'm doing. Oh, that, I don't know what happened there. So Team Eco people, and I'm like, that sounds cool. Okay, so I charm them and they shoot each other. It's quite good, but as a heart, that's good. But that's, like, it takes us hard to like aim at them. Oh, I found the boss room already. Is that the boss room? No, oh. I went in here by accident. Okay. not a boss. Is it a mini boss? Oops. God, what is going on? Hold on. Oh Jesus, hold on. This is tough. Reload. What is happening, boys and girls? What is happening? What is happening? This guy is... Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, I gotta stop doing that. Oh my god, that was... I don't know what happened there. It was a bonus boss. It was a mini boss. And I messed up. Don't play the game, read the chat. What? Right, I think I'm going to pause in the game there. I'll do some chat for a bit, and then I'll go pick up my girlfriend. So, it is a mini-boss, and he's the hardest out of them. Well, I can attest to that. Let's have a look. Don't know anything about Final Fantasy DLC. What do I think of Below? Below was a shame. I really liked the idea of Below. So you don't know this. It's Capybara's roguelike. Very cool, very interesting. I just found it's bloody hard. The combat's really difficult, and I didn't really like. It felt like a game was very much about exploration. It kind of felt like Zelda 1 in that you're like, and Dark Souls. You know, you're trying to figure stuff out, and it doesn't tell you very much. It's quite obtuse. But then the random stuff comes in. And it's like all of the exploration you did kind of was in vain because you got to explore again. And I found it very hard to like keep an eye on where the hell I was going. I just got a bit lost and didn't feel very satisfied by it. It was a shame. I really liked the fact that it didn't tell you very much, but yeah, didn't really do it for me. The game's got quite mixed reviews, and I think it's about right. I like that guy. This person just tried to swear at me, but Google picked it up and held it. Would you say that microtransactions are necessarily bad? Okay, so the only positive thing I can think about microtransactions is that if the game is free, it means the game is now more accessible to a wide range of people. People who cannot pay £40, $60 every now and again for games can play stuff like Fortnite and stuff for free. That is cool. And microtransactions for cosmetic stuff, it's not ideal. It'd be better if that was in the game, but I really don't care. If you want to make some more money with cosmetic stuff, fair enough. But for the most part, I think microtransactions are kind of lame, and they do change. They affect the balance and the pacing of a game, and they are essentially there to make the game bad until you pay to make it less bad. And I do not like that. My face is very white, and I mean I am just a Caucasian man, but that's probably made it worse, to be honest. It's really hard to tell. Oh god, that is, yeah, because it's like I do everything and then I have to wait for it to all catch up because of the latency. Right, let's have a look. Eric says, I've always wondered, in bullet hell segments, do you watch your character? Do you watch somewhere between you and the enemy? I wonder if certain people's eyesight selects for bullet hell skill. It's an interesting question. You kind of got to watch everything, really, but I suppose if you can kind of watch the enemy, then you can kind of see where it's going to come and sort of watch for it. But I think I do generally watch my own character. Jeremy Swinton says, hey Mark, thoughts on Thimbleweed Park and SteamWorld Dig 2? I loved Thimbleweed Park. I thought the game was super fun. Ron Gilbert, I met Ron Gilbert because of that game. I went and played it in California. It's a very cool game, very classic point-and-click style, and Ron is very good at making point-and-click adventures now. He understands how to like set up and tease a puzzle and kind of get you there, halfway there, and then you get the rest of the answer yourself. Very good. Few little sticking moments, for the most part, very good. I also like SteamWorld Dig 2. A lot of people talking about a load of stuff. How long have you been playing Into the Gungeon? Not very long. Not very long. I've never, so like I was saying, my brother played it, and I played a bit of co-op with him. I've tried playing it a bit myself, but haven't really got that far. I'm not very good. Let's spend a bit of cash, actually. Let's play this Nathan Drake. Whoa, that's not cash, that's the tutorial. This guy runs very fast. I've got 5 megabucks. Angry bullets, +1 bullets, fat bullets, heart lunchbox. There we go. That's a face reveal for me, says Kranz Fafka. Hello. Any ETA on the Metroid Prime episode of Boss Keys? I would say look for that probably in maybe late February, early March. So my next video, so let me tell you my schedule. Today we released whatever it's called, roguelikes. Should roguelikes have persistent upgrades? Tomorrow, for the next few days, I'm going to Vancouver to do a talk at a game studio. When I get back, I will be doing Designing for Disability, episode 4, about cognitive disabilities. After that, my main plan is to do a video. I did an interview with a game developer about one of the games that came out last year, one of my favourite games of last year, and I talked to them about level design, and so it's going to be a level design video, but with the developer showing up in a little box, their face talking about it. It's the first time on Game Maker's Toolkit where a developer's voice that I have interviewed will be in the video, so it's quite exciting, quite different. And then after that video is done, I will probably go on to Metroid Prime then. So how about that? So there's a few more things out for them. Where are you speaking of Vancouver? Unfortunately, I cannot say. I'm under NDA. It's one of the bigger game studios. What game do you think you've spent the most time playing? Either Spelunky. I played it every day for a very long period of time and done about 1,000 runs in it. But I also played a lot of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, just messing around, having fun in that game, not really doing anything particularly. It was a good sort of comfort game for a long time, so those are probably the two main ones. Sporkosaurus is loving your new 2019 editing style. Thank you very much. Over the Christmas break, I took some time to just sort of try some new editing styles and some different things. Kind of build up a bank of like reusable assets so I can kind of make videos a little bit more quickly. So that was part of that. Have you played Fez? Yeah, Fez is great. Can you talk about narrative told through environment? You made a video about narrative through gameplay. You haven't talked about environmental storytelling yet. You know, it's one of those things where a lot of people kind of, I feel like everyone kind of knows about environmental storytelling at this point. And if I'm like, hey, in Fallout, sometimes the skeletons tell you stories, everyone's going to kind of be like, yeah, we already know. But maybe there's something more I could say. I've always enjoyed it. I think it's a great idea. I talked about a little bit in my video about Deus Ex Mankind Divided's Prague. But yeah, it's just one of those things that games do really well because you're in an environment and you can kind of explore at your own pace. And the game's not got a camera showing you exactly what it wants to show you, like it would be obviously in a movie or a TV show. You can kind of pick apart the place in your own way, so it makes games very good for that. And ultimately, a game like Gone Home is environmental storytelling in the game, and it's very cool for that reason. I don't know why I did that. Right, I'm going to answer 4 more questions, and then I'm going to go because I've really got to go pick up my girlfriend. Right. Okay. Hi, Mark says mixed to the max. Can you elaborate on the difference between roguelite and roguelike in your personal taste? There seems to be a lot of consensus, and personally, I think roguelikes are turn-based, right? Well, this is interesting because everybody has a different definition of these games. For me, I just think the roguelike to me just means permadeath and random generation, and they work really well together because together it means that you have to play the game through in one go, and it's all about your own skill because you're not accumulating power over time because you've got permadeath, and you can't memorize the levels because there's random generation. So it's really, in a game like Spelunky or Enter the Gungeon, it's like, have you got enough skill to beat this game? And you're going to learn skills and you're going to improve it as you go, but it's really asking you, can you just do this because you can't accumulate power and you can't learn the levels? And they both work really well together because random generation wouldn't work obviously if you're not dying all the time and seeing the levels again and again and then seeing that they're random, and permadeath on its own would be annoying because you'd have to keep playing the same levels over and over again. So they both kind of coexist, they both work together really nicely, and those are the two things that together make roguelike so interesting. And that's why I think the thing that happens in Rogue Legacy and to a lesser extent Dead Cells and Hades, where you get the persistent upgrades, breaks the permadeath thing and gives you that accumulation of power, so it's no longer about your own skill, which is kind of what I was getting at in the video. Does come down to personal taste, because for some people they just like getting more power over time, but personally I don't like that. If you want to call that a roguelite, then I guess I just don't like roguelite. Then I guess I just don't like roguelites. But yeah, I think we get a bit hung up sometimes on words and stuff. What we really need to do is say, what are the actual mechanics, and do they work? Do they make something fun? You know, if I was to do that video again, and I kind of have some regrets with it. I mean, I stand by everything I say, and it is. I try to make it clear that this is my opinion and everything. But I think I would have been like, here are the benefits and the advantages and disadvantages of the Spelunky system. Here are the advantages and disadvantages of the Rogue Legacy system, and kind of, you know, which do you prefer almost, and try to be a bit less like Rogue Legacy sucks, Spelunky's amazing. But there you go. Anyway. Okay, so question. I've done 3. 3 left. So this is just an important question I have to answer, which is that Boone says, I'm making a roguelite while making sure that I follow all your lessons from your videos, such as game feel, design for disability, Spelunky's mastery of controls, etc. Fantastic. That's brilliant. Could I send it to you for feedback? Unfortunately, I get a lot of requests to play people's games and give them feedback, and I unfortunately just do not have the time to do it. I mean, I have done it sometimes on the stream where I play people's games. I'd like to do that again. It's just a bit too time consuming, and so I can't guarantee to be able to play anyone's games. And it's better for me to just have a blanket statement of no, rather than I'll play some people's games and some I won't do others. Yeah, I want to answer like good questions. Not good questions, interesting questions. Okay, have you ever watched AGDQ? What are your thoughts about this sorts of events? I think they're great for charity plus game discovery for the public. So Awesome Games Done Quick, if you don't know, is a charity-based speedrun event. I think it's very cool. It's a shame. There's often a lot of like weird and unfortunate stuff that comes out of these events, of just like, you know, slightly problematic things that just seem to be part of the gaming culture. It kind of makes you go, oh, it's a shame. I wish that didn't always seem to crop up when gaming events happen. There's always those stories on, you know, Reset Era of people acting gross. Speedrunning in general I just find so weird. It's like a fascinating thing. I'd never do it myself. It seems like such a massive waste of time, but people seem to get into it. And it is fascinating, and it does break open games. What is that? In really really interesting ways. But yeah, it's I don't watch it a lot, but I do like how when people put out the sort of like best stuff. I'll just quickly answer the question from the Lizard Head, who says, will there be another GMT Cake Jam this year? Absolutely. Sometime in the summer there will be a jam, and yeah, we're gonna jam, and we're gonna try and have even more people than last year, which was like 1,000 people. Okay, here's a good question from Emil Carlson, who says, how do you do a stealth game where it's fun for the player to get back in hiding after the player gets spotted, instead of save scumming? This is a very interesting question, because I don't think any game has really properly nailed it. And it is a question, it's like, there's kind of two things you have to try and think of, which is either, do you have it where you either have to make the process of getting into cover fun, so the sort of mechanics of doing that have got to be really interesting in some way. I haven't thought of that yet. Or you've got to give a player an interesting reward for getting back into cover. However, it can't be better than the reward for never being seen at all. Otherwise, people will make themselves get seen and then get into cover just for this reward. So it is a very difficult problem to solve. But I think so that, you know, some of the ways to do it are just to like not let players save scum, right? If you don't let them save, then they kind of have to do that. I quite like it when it goes into sort of more violent mode after you get spotted, right? You get spotted, you kind of have to now just, yeah, start fighting your way out. Someone said didn't Dishonored handle it well. From that, I'm thinking like, so in Batman, when you get spotted, you get up into the rafters and you kind of hit RB a couple times to kind of jump around, and it's not that fun. But in Dishonored, you've got so much movement capabilities that to hide is quite fun to sort of. I'd say that kind of the main thing would be like give the player lots of movement options and stuff to make like running away and hiding actually kind of enjoyable, where it's like trying to get out of the sight line of enemies, so that you don't like feel annoyed when you have to do the sort of chicken run towards a locker, but you're like, oh cool, this is a bit of a fun gameplay, give them a grappling hook and a wall run and stuff like that so you can kind of run away. I think that'd be kind of fun. My voice is really starting to go. I needed to have some water, but I don't have any. This has been fun. Okay, so I think next week, let me just look at my calendar. Next week on the stream, my plan is, because I'm sort of away and all this sort of stuff, I'm going to do a stream of Metroid Prime. We're going to play Metroid Prime for research for boss keys. So there we go. That's the plan. Don't know exactly when. Keep an eye on my Twitter or just subscribe on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. It's been a bit of a strange stream, but it's been fun. And I will see you sometime next week.